you ask for permission? Do you ask for conformance? Do you ask all the other people around you what you can do? Come to my workshop, read my book, and get to know self-improvement techniques that I used, which you can use.
Toastmasters and guests are welcome to the Renaissance Hotel at 515 US Highway 1 in Islip, New Jersey. Register now at www.tm83.org and embrace change with Toastmasters.
He initially joined Toastmasters in his year 2009, but it has not been very active as he was more focused on in-house training for his organization. Since 2015, he joined back to Toastmasters and been working on revamping course material on many soft skills courses he trained over the years. In 2016, he took up office as a president of Parsippany Toastmasters Club for the year of 2016 and 17, and led the club to President Distinguished Club, which is good, in 2017. The first time since the club being chartered in 1990. He was privileged to be guided by many District 83 Toastmasters and speak later on invited to speak at District 83 leadership training session. He was one of the 6 workshop presenters in District 46 Spring Conference, New York last year 2017. This was an alternative presenter for District 53 Connecticut, other than presenting at here in New Jersey as a workshop presenter. His signature workshop series is geared towards self-esteem improvement to bring out the best in each person, and his self-help book, Winning the World Starts with Winning Yourself, was a soft launch last year in par with his appearance in New York Toastmasters Conference. This book can be downloaded free from his website, ravindraperera.com. He is currently working on the next version of the book and planning for an official book launch mid next year. Today's session on Dream, Lead, Soar like an eagle is a fine tuning of the content of the book. You can find course materials, student workbook, plus many free artifacts on site for free to download, free to share, free to learn, free to teach others, and free to achieve your dreams using any and all contents. Wow, what a great bio. Nice, it was excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ravindra Perera.
Good morning to you.
Morning.
How are we doing?
Good.
Okay. So there are some seats up here. So if you'd like to come forward, please come forward. First of all, let me thank you for coming over on Mother's Day. It's a very special day. So let's remember all our mothers who have gone a long way to make us who we are today. We are who we are today because of our parents, mostly. Let's focus on this as a start. What are some of the accent words that you can think of in this slide?
What's the question?
What are some of the accent words? What are some of the main focus words that you can think of in this slide?
Excellent.
Excellence. Repeatedly do. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is a habit, not an act. Excellence is a habit, not an act. When each of us are born, we are born like blank sheets of paper, right? We are nothing but blank sheets of paper. But when we progress through the ages, many people start writing on this blank sheet of paper. We write on this blank sheet of paper. And later on, what happens? We go through 4 stages in life. The first stage being that we are dreamers. We do not have boundaries. We do not have boundaries. We think, we say. There is nothing between what we think and we say. But as we grow old, other people have dreams for us. They have a lot of dreams for us. Some of those dreams were their dreams which they could not achieve. So they try to say, look here, son, your father is an engineer. Your grandfather was an engineer. So you should be an engineer. We come from a family of engineers. Or you can hear, our family, we have a whole line of lawyers. We have a law firm. Why don't you become a lawyer? You can be the CEO of this company. So we go through a confused stage where we have a dream and we have another dream and it tries to overlap. On the cover, we try to live according to what others want. But internally, we have another process running, another dream running. Then, we live to get approval from others. We say, okay, you want me to be a lawyer? Okay, I'll study law. But internally, what are you? You are a speaker. You do IT, but internally, what are you? You like to speak. You like to inspire. So there is a common saying, you might have heard this. At 20, we try to look forward to listening to all the others. We want to know what others think about us. And at 40, we try to say, okay, look here, I've had enough. At 40, you don't care what others think. And only at 60 we learn that nobody was thinking about us. So at 20, we worry about what others think. At 40, we don't care what others think. And at 60, we learn that nobody was thinking about us. And that is too late. So these are the 3 E's that I want to focus on very especially. Each and every one of us has these three E's in our life. Environment, experience, and education. Environment plays a main role in writing what we have in our lives. We have a blank sheet of paper, and sometime after, we have a lot of things written by different people. These things are coming from these 3 E's. The environment, what our parents say, what our elders say, what our peers say, what our friends say, what our siblings say. What do they say? We write. There is a special quote that I hold very dear and near to my heart. It's not what others tell you. It's what you tell yourself when others stop talking. That's a profound knowledge that I got from Jim Rohn. It's not what others tell you. If others tell you, so I am actually meeting some of you all for the first time. And can I have a volunteer? Can I have?
A volunteer.
Okay.
What do I have to lose?
Okay. So if I say, I'm seeing you for the first time, I don't think you can come here and speak. What would you feel?
When you're wrong and telling me to kick your ass.
Exactly. What would you feel?
I feel what authority do you have to tell me that because you don't know me?
Exactly. What would you think?
I don't know, I might listen.
Different people respond differently. It's all based on how we are wired.
But if you were my mom and said to me, you can't speak, I'm going to react very differently.
Exactly. When we are small, we try to please others because they are dear to us. they protect us. So when we are small, some of the things that they say become hardwired into our character. And what we see in the world, we always try to see through those lenses. When I was small, I always wanted to design aircrafts. My father was from the Air Force, so I haven't been to a hotel when I was small. It was all Air Force camps. I have never been to a hotel since after 18, I went to a hotel. Other than that, it was always Air Force camps. So all I saw was helicopters and aircrafts. It really fascinated me. So I started drawing. And the first city that I knew in US was not New York, not New Jersey, but it was Pasadena, California. Why? Because there was the Jet Propulsion Center for NASA. That was the first city that I knew in US. But what I heard was, son, look here, flying, piloting are for rich kids. You can be engineer, doctor, lawyer, and those are the things, those are the careers. Then I told, okay, look here. Next, I want to have a music group. Okay, then my mother said, look here, son, who will give a daughter in marriage for a person who sings in the band? I was like, I'm still 9. I don't have those feelings yet. So what do your parents say on a daily basis? I want you to just look at this and tell me what you think. Before you tell me, let me tell you a story. So I come from this beautiful island called Sri Lanka. From anywhere in the island, we can go to the beach in 2 hours. It's that small. I go to the elephant orphanage and I see this lovely small elephant. Cute elephant, but bound by a chain. And I pass the elephant, okay, it's beautiful. I pet the elephant, I go to the next table and there are bigger elephants. The similarity between these two pictures are that they are bound by the same thickness, same thick chain. When I look at this, I always think at any point in time, this elephant can run away because this chain is too small. So I asked the Mahood, look here guys, you know that this big elephant can surely break that chain. Don't you not? Okay, we know, yeah. So why do you use the same chain? Don't you have bigger chains? And what they say really moved me. Sir, you don't understand. We don't bind the elephant. I was like, do you think I'm blind? It's bound by a chain. No, we don't bind the elephant. We bind the elephant's mind. When the elephant was small, we bind the elephant using a chain. And the elephant programs itself that it cannot run away. The chain is too strong. I cannot run away. So what is the self-talk that the elephant, the baby elephant has from day one? I can't run away. There is a chain on my leg and I am supposed to be bound between these 4 walls. And that is where I belong. That is where I belong. Don't we all have those chains in our lives? Coming from Eastern culture, it's a bit different to the US culture. We listen to our parents sometimes too much. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. And we are told, sometimes we are told that some of the dreams that they could not achieve or what they got from their parents. Times have changed, but one thing that I want to focus is, if we do not know that we are in a prison, we cannot get out of it. Because we don't know we are in a prison. Do we carry any of these chains or many of these chains at all? So before I came to US, I always was thinking, so English is not my first language. I always wanted to become a speaker, but English is not my first language. Who am I to go to US and start Toastmasters? In 2016, something special happened. I went to the 2016 DC conference. There was so much of good vibe. I could not ignore me getting a lot of energy inside me and letting off all my limitations down. At that moment, I made a decision. Success is not a choice, it's a decision. When you build a house, how do you build a house? Do you say, I wish the house has 3 rooms, a nice patio, a nice library? Do you say, I wish, or is it a choice? It's a choice, right? It's a decision. So if we plan about those things, those details, about our possessions, why not we focus all that about ourselves? After this, I had 5,300 on my bank account. I invested on a personal coach, which costed me 4,000, and my rent was 1,070. I made a choice to eat cornflakes for the 3 meals so that I can have the personal coaching, which was self-investment on myself. You must be thinking, I am truly crazy. $4,000, you could have bought a car. At that time, I made a choice to do that. Have you made such choices? We invest a lot of money on houses, on mortgage. If you are buying a house, it's like 350,000, 400,000 is normal. When was the last time we invested on ourselves? Other than Toastmasters. So since we all are Toastmasters, I agree that we are investing on ourselves. But also try to invest on a personal coach. How many of us have heard about mastermind groups? How many are or have been in mastermind groups? Sir, can you say what happens in a mastermind group for us?
You get a few people together and they try to share your goals and try to help each other in whatever you need. The goal is to help someone else.
Right. So at that point, what do we build? We build accountability partners, right? So we meet let me see whether I have my mastermind group over here. But later on, let me actually show you my mastermind group. Before I go to the mastermind group, as at now, we have to realize, if we are in a prison, if we do not know that we are in prison, we cannot get out of a prison. This is one of the messages that I actually got from WhatsApp from one of my friends, and I thought I should show you this. A lot of us, knowingly or unknowingly, draw a virtual box which is non-existing, and we think that this is our box. And we are constantly influenced by our environment. Friends, family, elders, peers, neighbors. When we make friends, what is the most common way that you make friends? Do you make intentional friends, or do you bump into people and then they become friends? What really happens? We bump into people and they become friends. But we also make to become a good speaker and a good leader. That's why we came to Toastmasters. We met like-minded people. That's the intentional cause. You had an intention, you came to the right place, and you met people. But in many of our lives, we've had friends whom we bumped into. Right? Do we agree? Okay. So when we bump into friends, they influence us. So we become the average of the 5 people who influence us most. Just take a moment. If you can close your eyes and think the top 5 people who influence you most. Just take 1 minute. Who are the 5 people who are closest to you? if they say something, you know that is true. If they tell you that, you believe it. If they tell you can, you tell yourself that you can. And if you hear that they say that you can't, you tell yourself that you can't. Do you have such friends? I've had such friends. When I dreamt back in Sri Lanka, they were from my school days. In my school days, I was very silent. I was not a speaker. I couldn't talk. I was on the backmost row. And they knew me really well. I even went through speech therapy because I was not talking. You will say, go to hell. No, this is for real. When I dream and say, look here, I want to become a speaker. I'm so passionate. They say, look here, Ravi, don't you remember? You are a silent guy. How can you do that? Just be realistic in your thought. There was a baby eagle. There were 2 baby eagles, but hatched in different places. What happened was, the mother eagle laid 2 eggs, and there was a thunderstorm, and one of the eggs got misplaced, and it was adopted by a parent chicken. You know what the story is. When the eggs hatched, one of the eggs were adopted by a parent chicken and the other was the original mom. Time went by and the baby eagle kept on telling itself, I'm a parent chicken. Because the mom used to say, look here son, we are parent chickens. The maximum that we fly is 6 feet. Don't even think that you will fly above that. But one day, the baby eagle saw a marvelous looking bird, just like him, but not like him, flying over, soaring. And he told his mom, Mom, I want to be just like that. Without missing a beat, the mom said, son, we are parent chickens. From morning till night, we make a funny noise. We pick what is there on the ground. We don't look up. We don't speak back. We eat what is given. And we die as parent chicken. If you have any thoughts of flying over 6 feet, just forget it. It's not going to happen. And the pathetic thing which happened to the parent chicken was, it was an eagle, but it died as a parent chicken. Inside us there is a parent chicken, and inside us there is also a baby eagle. What we feed grows. So Jim Rohn, I keep on telling about Jim Rohn because Jim Rohn is, so every day I look at a lot of videos from Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Jack Canfield. So that is the investment that I do. So Jim Rohn says, so Jack Canfield says, it's not what others tell you. It's what you tell yourself when others stop talking. So spend some time alone. You don't need others to feel good about you. Some people cannot spend time on their own. They feel miserable. They feel, man, I'm so bored. I need somebody to entertain me. No. You should have enough and more conversations with you. You have dreams. Don't we all have dreams? We all have dreams. But what we do on a daily basis is that we validate our dreams day in and day out and ask our best friends, Jack, do you think that I can do this? You'd be lucky if that person says yes. Because you are so bonded with him. You listen to him so much. He is your confidant. So it's not what others tell you. It's what you tell yourself when others stop talking. In 2015, something really marvelous happened. I came to US in 2015 January when the snowstorm happened. I did not have a US number, came with $2,500, so I knew that I had to save the money. Of course, I came through a IT firm, but after coming here, a lot of the things that my mom and my dad told that I could not do, I found out that I could do. When I was small, my mom and dad always says, so when I was small, I have a brother who is 2 years older to me. So he's so bright in his work. So even when I actually go on the road, my mom says, without your brother, you can't even cross the road. That was just meant to say that I need to be careful. That's what she meant. But what I heard was that I was inadequate. I love my mom. If I have another chance to have mom and dad, I will choose the same to mom and dad. That's the pair I want to be with. But what they say, what they mean, might not be the same thing that we hear. We might get hurt. So after coming here, things started happening because the people who whispered in my ear was different. The 5 people who influenced me was different. So we are going to see some of the daily habits that we can embrace. Those are mentioned here. So if you don't need to make a note, those are here. It says daily habits of game changers. These are all adopted from a lot of videos that I saw. I inculcated those things in myself and I found to be very effective. So my request is, try these things. It really works. Think about the 5 friends who influence you most on a daily basis. If they are average, if they think small, I think it's time for us to move on. Don't choose leaders for the charisma instead of character, their style rather than their substance. And that image instead of their integrity. If you are working for a boss, choose your boss. Your company might be a big company, but if your boss decides to hide you in a very safe place, you might have a lot of potential, but you might not go anywhere. Choose your boss very carefully. Your boss can hide you or expose you. Leave the herd and get a new one. Leave the herd and get a new one. This is my mastermind group from the conference in 2016. We met every 2 weeks on Wednesday. We spoke 1 hour. So we told, in the past 2 weeks, what are the good things which happened in my life? What are my goals? What did I achieve? What are the challenges that I have? And the others kept on saying, Ravi, you can do it. And it goes on for the other ones. So if one of my friends, if Jamon says, look here, I started a book, I just can't finish it. I don't have time. Okay, then the others ask, Jamon, do you travel? Yeah, I travel. How long does it take for you to travel? It's like 1 hour. So when you travel, do you drive? No, I take the public transport. So what do you do? Oh, I take a nap, I listen to gossip, I listen to blah blah blah. Okay, why not listen to an ebook? Make notes. So I came up with a book. I launched my book last year. And 75% of the things that were written was written on a train. If you really have a dream, then you don't have an excuse. Because your dreams are too big, you don't have time for excuses. So try to find a new set of friends who have bigger dreams like you. You have bigger dreams, that's the very reason you invested money to come here. So you have a big dream. Is it to become the world champions of public speaking? Is it to become the top leader of Toastmasters International? Is it to get your promotion you always deserved? Is it to become the outspoken person who brings justice to your community? You have an eagle inside you. You have an eagle inside you. It's just that we make a choice sometimes to feed the prairie chicken because maybe the prairie chicken looks cute. No, the prairie chicken does not look cute. The eagle is waiting to be fed. So each and every one of us have our specialties. When we are born, I always think that each and every one of us have our specialties. Next one. You can't hire another person to do push-ups for you. When I came in here, I was 175 pounds, now I'm 200 pounds. There is no excuse. I'm not giving excuses, but I have grown fat. I have grown fat. Face the reality. I have. And we need to realize that if we keep on giving excuses, no, it's because of the food that I eat. No, I don't have time. Because of that, I consume a lot of cornflakes. Frosted flakes, I just love it. But it has so much of sugar. You can't hire another person to do push-ups for you. Get yourself a personal coach. Do you have a personal coach? Have you had a personal coach? Who has had a personal coach? It's more than being a mentor. A mentor can have so many mentees. But when you have a coach, you always go to him and say your innermost feelings and your innermost insecurities. That person will work with you. A personal coach worked with me for 1 year. At the start, I was investing $4,000 and I was giving excuses. I thought, why not do one and not do both? Either I give excuses or I invest the $4,000. 2 months afterwards, he told me, Ravi, you have a lot of things going on in your life. You have so many threads running. Select the threads that you want. So what about the other threads? People are looking at me and they expect me to do this. So do you want to do that? I was like, no. Then why do you do? I don't know what other people will think. When you fail, will those people be with you? I was like, some of them. Can you give me a count? You have fingers. Can you give me a count? Those are the exact words that coach asked me. If you look at your Facebook profile, how many friends are there? How many people can you call at any time and ask, dude, I have a problem. Can we talk? How many people will have time for you? You are nobody's entertainment unless you get paid for that. Always remember that. We are nobody's entertainment unless we get paid for that. So summary is, we are nobody's entertainment. Believe in yourself. What do you tell yourself day in and day out? If we tell ourselves, or if we confine ourselves on a daily basis, that becomes our internal self-talk. If we tell ourselves on a day in and day out basis, that we are limited by our race or our language or our family, things will not go that far. So believe in yourself. Mind the distractions. And these are not weapons of mass destruction. This is weapons of mass distraction. We check the social media on average 1,100 times. Tell me no. So, on an average, a person invests about 9 years of their life if that person lives up to 72 as an average, I'm saying. If you are more than 72, don't curse at me. But on average, a person invests time looking at distractions 9 hours. Do we invest ourselves on education or random things? Before we sleep, this is a very important thing. I'm not sure whether it's here. What is the last thing that you think before you sleep? The last 1 hour before you sleep is very important. When we sleep, what we think becomes our subconscious mind's inner working when we sleep. Don't look at news and look at war and look at negativity. Look at rape. Look at theft. Look at horror before you sleep. Think about positivity. When you sleep, your mind is at work. When you sleep, give some homework to your mind to work on. So before I sleep, I do affirmations. So I see a lot of videos from Jack Canfield and Robin Sharma and Tony Robbins. They talk about affirmations. I always think, dude, are you serious? You just say something and you sleep and everything happens in a good way? No, I don't believe you. But when I started doing that, everything changed. And what do you wish for? I'll tell you a funny story. When I came here, I was single. I just got out of a relationship and I was single. Being single near New York and new to the country is a bad combination to have. Being single at 30s and quite near to New York is a bad combination to have. If you are young, or if you were ever young, you know what I mean. So I was praying to God and saying, God, I am single, give me a girl, I can't have my life like this. And what is the focus point? I am single. The more I spoke and the more I told my God that I am single, I was focusing on being single. Did anything change? Absolutely nothing. And I remembered my Sunday school teacher telling me, everything has been given to you. You just have to release your faith. It's the key to get what you want. Everything has been given to you already. You just have to release your faith. And from there, everything will come to you. So I changed my prayer. I told God, thank you so much for giving me this girl. It's just that I can't see that girl. Can you show me? 2 weeks afterwards, I found my wife online. Not through Facebook, but through LinkedIn. Through LinkedIn, dude. Through LinkedIn, you dated a girl? Wow, you must be the first one. No, it's my internal vibration. I'm not too sure whether you know about the law of attraction, but that works. We are energy. If we vibrate, we have a reflective vibration coming for us. The more we vibrate on that particular frequency, you will get a response in that frequency. If we are thinking all the time about lack, about positive, about negativity, we will get just that. This can be your life up to now, but should not be after today. Does your life look like a salon door? Anybody walks in, anybody walks out. You have a nice carpet, but they enter with muddy shoes, leave a mess, and walk out. No, you are more important than that. Keep a guard. Authorized persons only. This is not being rude, this is being realistic. Nobody should be coming into your life and walking out as they please. Because you are an eagle. You are not a curry chicken. You are nobody's entertainment unless you are paid for that. We actually cover that. Take 100% responsibility. Unless we take 100% responsibility of ourselves, of our misses, of our mess-ups, we cannot go forward. Always cut your excuses. If you have excuses, do something just before you get the excuse. If you think something and act 10 minutes afterwards, between that 10 minutes, things can come into your mind. So act before that excuse come into your mind all the time. E plus R equals O. This is from Jack Canfield, one of the trainings that I actually went through. The events in life, what are events in life? The misfortunes that we have, all the bad breaks, the breaking of relationships that we have, the people who walk out of our life, and what is our response? If we have a positive response, look here, I did that, but I am going to start afresh. If that is my response, the outcome is going to be different. If some person walks out of your life and you think, no, I will not give up. People who are good don't give up. No, you have to know what to give up and what not to give up. So what is your response? Because the response defines your outcome. E plus R equals O. Events in life plus the responses that we give defines our outcomes. Positive self-talk. So Brian Tracy says, we believe that 95% of your emotions are determined by the way you talk to yourself. How do you talk to yourself and how frequently are you talking to yourself? I talk to myself every day. Don't look at me like a crazy guy. I talk to myself every day. I am married, yes, but I have my personal time. And I don't negotiate. I have my personal time and I don't negotiate on that. What do you tell yourself on a daily basis? If you missed something, what do you tell yourself? You stupid guy. You just blew it. Or do you say, that's fine, I will try again. I don't want your answer, but just answer yourself. Power of visualizations. You might be seeing this picture which I use all the time. And this is not when I was talking. This is before my dreams became a reality. This is in 2016 DC conference. And of course, I was nobody. I haven't spoken in a conference. I haven't spoken on a stage. I haven't done anything. But I made my site because I decided to go there. This is as a result of personal coaching. This is called act as if. You decide on a house and then you achieve it. Can't we apply the same logic to our lives? You decide to be a speaker, then you achieve it. Sometimes we ask, I wish I could be like that. Sometimes I think that humans might not have a backbone, but they will be born with a wishbone. Because we wish so much and we act so little. Always visualize. This is way before This is way before I became a speaker or even a backup speaker in New York. What happened? 2016, I was a backup speaker in New York. 2017, I was a speaker in New York. 2018, I'm a speaker here and a backup speaker in Connecticut. What really happened? This is all about your visualizations. Have a visual board. This is your visual board. Have your visual board. This is not for kids. You might think, look here, all the visual boards, all the paper cuttings, this is kiddish stuff. We don't do that. I don't know what other people will think about you. Would you care what other people think about you? No, because that's your life. So, these are the trophies. I always remember when I have bad days, Ravi, you were good enough to be placed first, second at area division level. Remember that. You have achievements. Everybody has achievements. Have your pictures on the refrigerator. Remind yourself on a daily basis, Ravi, or whatever your name is. This is you. No, I talk to myself that much. I talk to myself that much. Because I was alone. I had the privacy. But talk out loud. Don't be like, no. Vocalize. Vocalize what you want. If you don't vocalize what you want, that does not convey power. When you vocalize what you want, you are committing to yourself. When you commit to yourself, you cannot let yourself down. Vocalize so much on a daily basis that you cannot let yourself down. And this is my book. This is way before I started writing all the things on my phone. You do not need anyone's permission to dream. It's your dream. It's your dream. You can dream whatever you want. It's your dream. So dream. Power of affirmations. So if you can see, this is the dashboard of the car, and every day when the sun comes up, I get it out, and there is my visiting card. At that time, I was nobody. And every day I remind myself, dude, you're a speaker. Whereas in reality, I was not. So you don't need to talk about your reality. Always talk to yourself of what you are going to be. Think you have already passed that and say, I am thankful that I am living a life of a speaker. I am going from state to state. I've covered 24 states. I am going to places. I am speaking. And this is how the people respond. Visualize on a daily basis. And convert your inner critic to inner coach. If your self-talk is like, dude, you blew it up, I don't think you can do it, just give it up. But your inner coach should say, oh, that's fine. You tried. You made an impression. Try it again next time. Oh, I couldn't speak. Now what do I do? Talk in the sprint conference. So you visualize yourself what you want to be on a daily basis. Daily basis, not when you are convenient. What others think of you is none of your business. So you might have heard about Monty Robbins. Monty Robbins was living at the back of a pickup truck because they couldn't afford a house. And his teacher wanted him to write, the whole class to write what they want to be when they grow up. And Monty Robbins told, I want to own a 300-acre ranch and have purebred horses, thoroughbred horses. And that should be my life. The teacher gave him an F. The rationale was, Monty, you are not realistic. You live in the back of a pickup truck and you want to have 300 acres. Can you even fathom to buy 2 acres of the land with your money? If you consider, I will think and give you a better market. Monty took a decision at that point. Man, you keep the F, I'll keep my dreams. Don't let others plan for you. So if you tell somebody that you don't have a plan, please don't do that hereafter. Because if you tell that you don't have a plan, they will plan for you. And you might end up working for them. So please don't say that you don't have a plan. Plan for yourself. So this is Jim Carrey's, you might have heard about this. Jim Carrey didn't have a job, didn't have anything going on in his life, but he wrote himself a check of 10 million, which became a reality. This is the power of visualization. On a daily basis, so just because you write a check, tomorrow you won't get rich, and don't quote me for that. I know you might not get rich up to that extent. It's just that this helps you to go towards it and vibrate at that positive vibration frequency. A comfortable zone is bad. The bad thing is not that the comfortable zone is not feeling good. The comfortable zone is feeling good. And that's the bad part of it. The comfortable zone is so good, we don't want to go out of it. Right? You are so comfortable in your comfort zone, you don't try enough. The comfortable, non-comfortable zone. Poor people have big TVs, rich people have big libraries. This is pure English, you know what it means. Invest on a library. If you say the books are too costly, $35, go to a thrift store. My library, 90%, 95% is from thrift stores. And these are the books that I collect from thrift stores. Who would like to have these? Free.
I would.
Free.
I'll take.
Free. Okay, I have another book. Okay, look at what happened. Some people like to have it, and they say, I like to have it. And some people go and grab it. If you have a dream, valuable as valuable can be, you need to go and grab it. Sometimes the dreams don't come to you that soon. When a dream comes to you, just grab it. Just grab it. So this is my library. So invest on University of Wales. Everybody travels 9 years of your life. Don't say no. Some of us travel more than that. So please invest on a University of Wales. When you dream, think about your finances, ideal job, recreation time, your body. The slide deck is there. And you can actually download it free of charge. You just come into ravindra.com. When you go to events, you will see today's event, and my slide deck is there. Please try to teach somebody. And last thing, this is the last thing that I want to say. When you are going from New Jersey to Dallas, you will not see Dallas. You will see only the 100 feet in front of you. You believe on your mechanical GPS. Always believe on your internal GPS. Just decide what you want in your life. Think, feel, talk, believe, and experience, and act as if you have already got there. The universe will give to you. Your life is this. If you have full If you have extra pounds in your body, shed it. If you have too much fat in your mind, the worries, if you don't want it, shed it. If you have hurt, that hurt fat in your heart, shed it. And my wish for you is that you will become as sexy as this mountain climber. And I wish also that for myself, and you will actually achieve all the things that you dream of. It's your dream. Leap, soar like an eagle.
Well answered. That's a great presentation. Let's give a round of applause to Ravindra again. Truly inspired with our